Hello. I think I was literally like 2 seconds back, running back to the computer, but we are here. How is everyone's Friday going? Hope everything is going well for you all. Oh, boy. This was a very sarcasm intended fun week. So I'm ready just to sit down and enjoy some story, because we're ready to get started on the main plot, finally. So off camera, I basically ran around, and we have basically everything we can get in the game. I did all the side quests at the end of the last stream, so here we are. Let's go. Oh, thank you, Sergi. And everyone who contributed on the anniversary artwork, thank you all. I came home and, like, I know Val was planning something. I didn't know what it was, but that was amazing. It was such a nice thing to come home from work to. Honestly, I didn't even remember that we were at the 3-year mark, which is crazy how quickly time flies. And I say this again, like, I originally intended only to make 7 videos and then stop YouTube altogether, but 3 years later, here I am. You know what? I may play Cuphead on stream just for the fun of it. I've never played it before, though. Hey there, Val. Thank you so much for all the hard work you put into that. Would you guys like to see that? Would you guys like to see me suffer through Cuphead after we finish the, most likely it's going to take the Chrono Cross slot after we finish that game, since that's more of the for fun and the weekly streams are more the horror story-driven stuff. Trust me, I'm fine with frustrating games. Anyways, without further ado, let's grab our new hell-fueled motorcycle and get going. I've already taken care of all of these, and we're good to go. Boom. Mission complete, the Black Tower. Of course, yes, look like a badass. Let's roll! Honestly, there's enough lights in this city, I don't think you need to put your headlights on, but whatever. Yeah, Gears of War is definitely one that I've been thinking of. I don't know anything about the story of that one. What would it be like to be able to just speed around a town when there's literally no one there, so you had full range of the roads? We literally just got a motorcycle, Val. Literally right when we started the stream. Of course, we get a cinematic chase sequence with this freaking demon boy. Chapter 5 begins. Severance. Outfit biker helmet. Nice. From this far, we're not leaving empty-handed. Is this a new area? Where are we? I feel like... Wait, seriously, where the hell are we? I have no clue where my cursor is. Wait, how the hell are we not... So are we in an area where the fog tech... I think we're basically off bounds here somewhere in this area, but the fog's not going to affect us. I think that's how this is gonna work. Oh boy, let's go. First things first, let's go see our favorite cat friend. Hello there, Nakamata. Okay, arrows, max out you. Stun talisman, max you out. Thicket talisman, let's max you out. We have enough you, enough cucumbers. Let's grab a little bit of food, just to make sure we're good. Alright, kitty, let's do this. I've watched the first couple episodes of Lucifer. I never got too far into it, though. Looking up at Tokyo Tower. I'm back at Tokyo Tower again. Something about it always makes me feel good when I look up at it. Like I want to be my best me, you know? So is this supposed to be modeled after the Eiffel Tower? I could be wrong, but it looks very, very similar. This definitely feels like a scripted fight area. Alright. Let's do this. Oh boy. Anything else? Anything else in here? No, no, no. Just some money and whatever the hell you are. Chips! I like chips. Ooh, we got a bunch of Buddhist... Not Buddha statues. At least that's what it kind of looks like. I could be wrong there. I'm probably wrong there. It's probably something else. Give me the food. Let me break into the safe. More food. This area is built. I'm have a boss battle coming up. My gamer sense tells me we're gonna have a big fight in a second. Yo, Draco! Yeah, so all you missed was the motorcycle scene. Hello there. You have some stuff to keep you here. Rinko's already dead, Devin. This is just her spirit. Well, I think Akito's like on the edge of death to begin with. If we don't figure this whole thing out and KK leaves, he's gonna dead. But whatever. There she goes. Really? Is that what's going on? 2 seconds, sorry. Just gotta send out a text for work because work never ends. Message draft. It was all my fault. I'm so sorry, everyone. Give me more backstory! Now that we're finally getting story, I want more. Give me more lore. Can we at least, like, bury her clothes or something? I feel like we should at least give her that modicum of respect. I don't... Come on. What do we got here? No, these are very cheap. I want something that gives me more health. For a second, I thought there was a bear trap sitting on the park bench, and I wondered why there's a bear trap. Cooking some hot dogs. Whenever I do hot dogs, I load it up. Like, I have grilled onions. Sometimes I throw some pastrami in there. Cheese melted on top. Wait. Oh, for a second I thought it was like, why would you do PEX for a hose? But that's not PEX. That's just a blue hose. Complete disassociation from the body, okay. Oh my god, what the hell are you? We have a... Whoa, okay, hi. I gotta learn its patterns real quick. Okay, so it's a jump over the thingy. Okay, gotcha. Oh, we got that. I need to hit that. Hit that. Ow, okay, so it's side swipe. Yeah, I gotta get ready for this. Who's talking? I can't read the subtitles while I'm doing this fight, so unfortunately I can't really tell what's going on. Ow, multiple shockwaves. Please don't. Okay, I gotta hop over that. Fair. Hit the frickin' thingy. No. I can't do a double hop on that. There we go. Oh my god, acid spit. Stay away, you creepy spider bitch. I can't do a quick 2 jumps into quick succession for some reason. Oh my god, stop spitting fireballs in my face from your butt. Okay, let's just go right here and see what happens. Nope, that was a bad plan. Get the mouth open. Get the mouth open. Get the mouth open. That sounded more lewd than I was intending. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That didn't work. I feel like I'm gonna always take 1 tick of damage. Yeah, I cannot not get hit there. Got it. Get one of these things. No more mouth for you. You lose your mouth privileges. Okay, now I gotta get your gut privileges out of here. Goodbye, gut. Oh my god, ow. Okay, someone's gonna have to... This is all to make you happy. This is so wrong. I can't read everything! I'm literally gonna have to rewatch this whole section because I cannot... I don't know what's being said. And this is probably good story stuff, but I don't know what's happening! Damn it. Oh my god, bitch. There we go. Catch it. Get rid of your gut privileges. No more belly. Done? So is this supposed to be the mother's body? Because the first fight was Erica, his daughter's body, and this one I think is supposed to be hers.
情はしねえ。だが俺が終わらせてやる。
Yeah, I think this one's the wife. Probably the realization that after he did all these atrocities for in the purposes of resurrecting her, she wasn't happy with it.
あんな奴を残して消えられるかよ。
あの写真の家族のためにだろ。いい父親だな。
まあな。
So did we ever get more information on his wife and kid?
準備を怠るなよ。
Okay, so this is another one of my point of no returns. Do we eventually go back to the main area? Because I know that there's still some spirits that I haven't managed to get. Not a lot. Literally like 15,000 spirits, but I think they're locked behind side quests. Oh, so so that kind of a demon or yokai, I should say, attracts disloyal men. Okay. Okay, makes sense. I don't know anything about Akito's past, but there's no one going back after this. Are you ready to proceed? Yeah, so I know that there's like a like a visual novel or something that takes place before. So they're saying we can go back to town, but I literally have no more spirit. I don't know where else to get spirits. Okay, Draco, is there anything else I can do before we head into this? Because I feel like I literally have 100%ed everything. But I'm short on spirit still. I've already got all the undergrounds, all the containment cubes, every single Torii gate is maxed. Yeah. That's because that's basically everything. Okay, I'm gonna wait until you respond on that one before I head into here. Not that you know of. One second. They're more like succubi? Okay. I guess we're doing this. Music. Oh god, we're in a theater. Am I gonna bump into the artiste, the crazy photographer in here? Please no. Please no. Are there post-game content? Okay. Because I know that there is a, because there's a challenge, or achievement in the game to basically get all spirits before you finish the game, and unless they give it to me between now and then, I can't possibly do that. No, you're not a salvation whatsoever. Okay, so basically the diagnosis I'm giving our boy Hanya here. So let's just say that I know someone personally that has a similar disassociation issue on occasion. But Hanya here, after doing research into the spirit side for too long, he began to reject the reality of the physical body and believe that the spiritual body is the only thing in existence. So therefore, the concept of killing someone is meaningless because I'm just releasing the spirit. The physical body is just a meat suit. It means nothing. Now, my argument in this situation is that both are equally real. The spirit side, at least in this setting, the spirit side and the physical body are both equally real. They're just two different forms, expressions of experience. So you should respect the spirit and respect the physical. Luckily, my buddy isn't like this, in a sense. It's just every now and then he starts to... He told me he feels trapped by his body. He is medicated, though. So... He has his own issues, but I understand that mindset, because I grew up with someone like that. Okay, let's head up, now that we've cleared out the areas. Or I should say, I grew up with someone who expressed similar thoughts. I'm coming, Marie! Oh, don't pull that bullshit. Don't worry, it's just your fear. It's not actually Marie saying that. Or Mari, I should say. Don't worry, it's just your fears. Or it's Hanya fucking with you. Yeah, exactly. What? What? Technically, well, hold on. No, that's not really how she feels, Mari. Don't worry about it. Depending on which version you're looking at, I've heard models where there's 4 different realities. You have the physical, you have the spiritual, you have the mental, and you have the formative world. And there's 4 different ones. I think that's in the Kabbalistic system. I don't remember the names or the details on each, though. It's been a while since I've studied it. Hey there, bird. So there's basically you type in a username into a website, and by AI it creates an image, so you use that as your profile picture. That's cool. That's real. Like, I've never even heard of such a thing. Oh, the music's lovely. I can just use this as ambiance, honestly. Ambience. However you want to say it. Go to the main deck. This game finally gave me a spark of emotion. Oh my god. Let's just say that that sounds exactly like my dad growing up.
だけど独りよがりの妄想に人を巻き込むな。
正しい導きはいつの時代も疎まれる。だが君もすぐに理解するだろう。肉体
I have something to say on
がい
this.
かに無意味なものなのか。
マリー様
必要な量の魂は集まった。その全てを使い生と死の境界を破壊する。
It's gonna be the Izanami situation all over again, buddy.
最後の礎として用いられる。とても尊い役割だ。
そんなことさせるか。
境界が失われれば世界は一変する。私はそこにささやかな楽園を作るつもりだ。妻と娘の魂が永遠に輝き続けることができる。
何が楽園だ。
そうだ、素晴らしいことを思いついた。この娘にも楽園を用意してやろう。強い意志を持った稀有な魂だ。場合によっては新世界の導き手になれるかもしれない。
Well, Devin, I finished all of Hollow
新世
Knight.
界のマリ
I finished the whole game.
ア。いや、イブか。
お前の夢物語など何の価値もない。
夢か。直接確かめたのか。妹の魂がこの肉体に戻りたがっているか否か。
それは
この娘の包帯の下はどうなっていると思う。肉体に固執しても苦しみが増すだけだ。
だからって
おい、惑わされんな。
Yeah, stop it.
倒さなければ世界が終わるんだぞ。アキト、しっかりしろ。
時は完全に満ちた。ここから世界が変わる。新たな始まりの時だ。
Okay, so since we got a moment in the dialogue here, no, it's gonna take more time to say this than what we have.
もう少しで我が祝願が成就する。
Oh my God, there's hands coming out of its mouth.
立て、奴を追うぞ。
マリー、お前は何を。
あいつの妄想に取り込まれるな。目を覚ませ。覚まさないならお前を切り捨てる。アキト、お前本当にこのまま。
Oh God, I hate that. That's a bad face.
俺はこいつを倒す。自分に勝つ。アキト、
Oh, this is his body. Gotcha.
お前は邪魔をするな。
I'll kick my own ass.
要は確かめるのが怖えんだろ。妹の気持ちを。自分が命張ってまでやってきたことが全部無駄だった。その答えを聞くのが怖えんだ。
I mean, this is technically the ordeal, I'd argue.
あんたに何がわかる。
わからねえよ。自分の家族の気持ちさえな。わからねえから 確かめに行くんじゃないか。
ケケ
俺は止まらない。お前はどうする？
僕も行く。マリに直接確かめるまで死ねない。
Oh, I just lost a couple frames there. Hello there, big boy. Okay, so the thing I was gonna say throughout that cutscene is, let's use the example of like Dottie and Flatland. So if you could perceive a tears of reality that no one else could, like Hanya here with the spirits, would it be moral for you to force others into the same psychological experience you're in, if their soul was not prepared for it, and risk leaving a permanent scar on their soul? Like, I'd argue if someone wants to or has the desire to get to that point, okay, but if they are unwilling or whatever, I don't think you should force it. It's the same reason why you don't take freaking 5-year-olds and throw them into quantum mechanics right off the bat. You need to build the mind up to be capable of some concepts. You don't just go from 0 to 100 just like that. Oh my god, I cannot block this bitch! I'm running out of everything. There we go. And done. I don't think she's dead yet. Basically, Hanya's rhetoric is that her entire existence is pain because of her... I think it was a fire she was in or something. So he's trying to argue on her behalf that she would be happier if she didn't have a physical body that forced her to live through a life of pain. That's basically the rhetoric he's using. Oh, I hopped over that one, don't lie. Oh wow, I just maxed out all my crap. Shit. Bitch! Get some health up. There we go. No, I got the fire. You don't got the fire. There we go. No fire for you. Oh, that just bounced right off him. Come on. I hate that I'm missing all this dialogue. No, 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 you don't grab me. Don't grab me. No, 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 no. Mother fucker. Well, that seemingly did nothing. Okay, arrows are not working on this. Get away from me, you shithead. In the head, only in the head. And I got stuck. And yeah, the reason I stopped posting on the main channel is because I moved all the streaming over to this channel. I still post all my lecture videos over the main one because that's what that one is supposed to focus on. But yeah, Hollow Knight's 100% complete, so there's no reason for me to keep streaming it. Like, when the Silk Song release date is officially announced, I may do like a Steel Soul run for the fun of it, but all I'd be doing is running around in circles, accomplishing nothing, or replaying the whole game. And there's a lot of games for me to get to, so I'm not going to do that. Come on, boy. It's fine, I can wait a little bit. I'll conserve ammo. There we go. We done? We done? You're done. Get done so. So the three bodies that were being used is KK's, Hanya's wife, and Hanya's daughter, Erica. How are we in two separate bodies now? Unless he just reclaimed his own body. If that's what we're saying here.
まさか自分に引導を渡すことになるとはな。
KK。
行くぞ。黄泉の国はまだ先だ。
ああ、行こう。
Whoa, freaking anime moment over here. That was a big anime moment. Okay, cool. Chapter 6? That was a really short chapter. Oh, Nikifuda. Perfect. I think there's only 6 chapters in the game, to be honest. Sugichikumo. Massive visitor born from the psychic energy produced by Okina and other nearby humans. Its form is the result of corruption brought on by lingering illnesses. Okay, so that's hence Hanya's wife. Makes sense. Its spiritual energy level is extremely high, and its enormous body is especially durable for a visitor. You think that's what Earthquake should be, like an AoE ground pound? Makes sense. I could see that. Give me 2 seconds. I just need to respond to something real quick. Sorry, I have a lot of deals I'm working on the side for work throughout this entire weekend, so I'm just trying to get things set up. I literally have between 2 different things. I have 350,000 on the table for work and sales. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, so what you're saying, that one specifically is a like a special kind of Oni. Are we in the Shibuya River? Because I know the Shibuya River happens to take you into another tier of reality. According to some game, I forgot what it's called though. Back to the hospital. Okay. His memories. So, my opinion on why a spiritual reality permanently wouldn't be the best of things, because at least in all the faith systems that I've come across, you're kind of in a Negredo state in the spiritual reality, kind of like when you're dreaming. So when you're dreaming, the dream state kind of shifts around and does weird things based upon your own unconscious mind. And spiritual realities tend to do a similar thing. So unless you can control it, Hanya may find himself in a hell state and not be able to get out of it. Like being stuck in this hospital forever, looking over his wife's ailing body. Who knows? Maybe I don't understand this setting at all. Yeah. This is just one way of dealing with grief. Just kind of like the first Evil Within. The entire theme was about dealing with loss. Sebastian lost his wife and quote-unquote daughter, or quote-unquote lost his wife and daughter.
君ももうすぐお兄ちゃんだね。
Ruvik lost his sister. So on and so forth. Well, I'd hope there's a few Evil Within vibes in this game, considering this is intended to be the third one of the franchise. Because it feels like we're just wandering through his memories right now. Oh no, we're on. This is our memories. Or maybe that was Akito in the hospital too. Maybe I'm mixing these two up. And maybe this is a parallel I'm seeing here then, of Akito dealing with his sister's illness versus Hanya dealing with his wife's illness, and how the two separate are coped in different ways. Hey there, fellow weirdo. SCP, how you doing? You just found out about it? Very nice. Did you find out through the main channel or from the stream channel?
偉いな。僕の記憶。
Yeah, this is definitely Evil Within. I mean, even the like room designs are reminiscent of their house. In the flashbacks. Alright, I'm just walking slowly to take in the ambiance. Oh, she's hurt by a fire. It's either way, she was in the hospital for a while because of it, so it's a similar thing. Let's go. We're definitely in the weird dream vibes. Okay, so he's been watching over her like any big brother since he was young. This feels like an info dump section. Walking to school together by the looks of it. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're definitely getting very similar themes between the two. Of how one copes with trauma or loss, more specifically. It seems to be a recurring theme across both Evil Withins and this one. Ah. Is it getting too cool to hang out with his little sister? Getting into those frickin' teen years where he's like, psh, I'm gonna spend time with my friends, screw my family. So they're really close as children is what I'm gathering, and then as he got older, he threw a wall, a partition up. I don't know. Like I know in Persona 3, Makoto was dealing with the death of his parents, but I don't know the details of it. And I think Yukari had a similar situation. What's your deal, Akito? What happened? It can't be just that you're getting older and too freaking cool to hang out with your sister. Something must have happened. I mean... Okay, personal time, guys. So, I have a older sister, and at the younger age, we were tight like Marie and Akito was here. And probably over the last 10 years or so, we started having this similar separation relationship, unfortunately. I can't really point to when that started or why. That's why I'm really curious if they'll tell us or if we're just going to leave it as nothing. And that's also, before I walk into this scene, that's also why I appreciated KK's little speech in the elevator heading up about being a father who believed his entire purpose was to work. That's how he would take care of them and never actually form a bond or relationship with his children. Because growing up, let's just say that's how my relationship was with my father as well. I honestly didn't even know him until I was in my early 20s. At least not really. Just someone that I saw around, but I didn't, until he retired, I didn't actually have a relationship with my dad. So I can understand KK's perspective on that. Did it say that their parents were dead and that might have been what happened? Okay. Did I what, Devin? But now they're hanging out together for their parents' anniversary, so I'm trying to see where the schism, joining schism, occurred here for this relationship. Yeah, it sounds like they were still on talking terms. It's just when in public around other people, it wasn't really a thing. And it was before the time they parents died because they were buying something for their anniversary. Unless it was like their death anniversary. Which, I don't know why you'd be in a jewelry store for that. Oh god, back to this bathroom. No, I don't have any toilet paper. Emotional neglect, okay. Starting to get some Sasha 9 vibes from her perspective. Do whatever you want, I don't care. You might as well not even be here in the first place for how much it bothers me. Ah, God. Don't appreciate that. Yeah, parents are still alive at this time, so that's not the reason for their separation. I think it's just him getting older. Yeah. Yeah, I'm lucky, because again, my dad's... It's not that he was absent, he lived with us and everything, it's just his life was work and we came second. But after his retirement, I really got to know him, and no joke, he's my best friend now. It's just I wish I got to know, knew him like that when I was growing up. But our relationship now is more like peers and brothers than father-son. Just wish I got more of it when I was younger. He's definitely apathetic. She became ill. Understood. Nice touch with the heart monitor right there. And of course, Akito gave no interest to her illness. Just not even... I don't know if it's that he... I doubt it's... Or I doubt is that he didn't care. It's just he didn't really think enough about it. It's like... No, she's fine. It's okay. What I'm missing talking walk? What are you saying? Yeah, I'm inside my own head right now, 100%. I might be projecting a little bit here too, so forgive me for that. Yeah, he feels like he should have been more concerned. I can definitely see that at the very least. Like, maybe if he had been more concerned, he could have done something to assist. Oh, hi there. She's wearing a yukata? Wearing mom's old yukata? Hmm. I'm assuming this is after she passed away and she started wearing her clothing. Well, I was standing next to the beds. Was I supposed to examine the beds for the dialogue? Because it wasn't initiating automatically. Like, all the dialogue so far has been initiating as we went. Or walked by, I should say. Oh, well, too late, I guess. Just give me the cliff notes. Just like stand like right here. Like if I just stand here, it'll start saying something, Devin? Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. Like, I don't get it. Okay, let's just stand here. See if it says anything. I'll give it like 15 seconds. Okay, I'll just keep it in the mind and moving forward, I guess. Oh, she's not dead yet. Okay.
やだよ。お母さんいなくなる。なんでみんないなくなるんだろう。
Just at this time, they started coming back together when she fell ill. I'm assuming she was hospitalized. Not sure if it's hospice or just hospitalized. Well, mostly because KK is not the protagonist. I presume we'll see more about him in the prequel comic. This is Akito's story, so he's going to be the main focus for these. Alright, so it just became critical. He was at the supermarket. I don't think he got there in time. Just my prediction. Running through the streets, get to the hospital. Or maybe not running, who knows? This is her graveyard. This hits a little close to home. You're good, Draco. You're good. Yeah, I'm saying this is the graveyard. That's what I was saying.
お母さんはお父さんに会いに行ったんだよね。
So maybe it was the father's death that caused the initial schism when they were children. The mother's death that brought them back together? That still doesn't take into account the fire yet. You're calling your sister after this? You do it. You do it. That's homework for everybody. Call one of your loved ones as soon as the stream's done. Homework for the university class. We're doing this. Yeah, I'm gonna just headcanon that father passing away was the first junction and this is the second. She's the apathetic one. Yeah. She might have been too young when the father passed away for it to really hit her. Yeah, that was what I kind of figured. But I'm gonna presume that since she was so young, it wasn't as big of a emotional impact as it was for him. Probably turns apathetic. Oh, again, I just released a video on the entire topic that after the death, he didn't want to feel it anymore, so he just shut his heart off. Oh, God. So they lost the house and ended up having to live in a dive like this? How old was he at this time? Yeah, it feels like they got kicked out of the place and they had to go somewhere. Ha! Here we go. Deep. We know what a long staircase downwards means symbolically.
この階段
恐れるな大丈夫だ
Yeah. We see this imagery all the time. I know exactly what this means. Deeper and deeper into the repressed, suppressed memories or the unconscious. Things at the surface are things that are unconscious at the surface. Things down in the dark are things we try to keep in the dark. I'll talk to you later, Draco, about the nature of the abyss. I'm trying to stay inside this mindset, like the scenery here. Chasing fireflies, I see. Oh, this music is just gorgeous. I could sit here and listen to this.
早くそこに落ちればいい。
No, you don't. No, you don't. And the thing is, Hanya was basically suggesting the exact same thing. Maybe she doesn't want the reality of the physical body anymore.
お父さんがいる場所に。
Jesus.
やめろアキト逃げるなあの子の言葉を聞きたかったんだろ
Ending it is not that solution. Ari, I should say, to pronounce it properly. Has anyone seen that, Robin Williams flick, What Dreams May Come? Basically, he plays a family man. His, children are killed in a car crash, and shortly after, his wife, who can't take the loss, ends up self-inflicting and joining them. But by the time he makes it to, it's his time around the bend, and he makes it to the afterlife, he goes out in search of their souls and finds her down in the deepest abyss for the crime of, you know what I mean. Yeah, Marie. I changed it afterwards. I'm just getting that vibe right now. Except the wife is, or Marie is being cast as the wife in this situation. I don't think it didn't get that far, unless the fire was started because of that desire, in which case, that's a whole new level of fucked up. Yeah, if you haven't, and you're ready for an emotional roller coaster, go check out What Dreams May Come. What do you mean?
この世界どうして私だけ落ちていくの？どうせ落ちるなら自分から落ちていく。本日はご来場くださいまして誠にありがとうございます。お客様にイベントのご案内を申し上げます。東京タワーバックタウンにてお守りマジご利益センター店とオフィシャルストアがオープンいたします。大人気の有名男性アイドル
Tokyo Tower. I was gonna say, like, This game really hasn't done much for me emotionally up until this section, and now I'm like, fuck! Until Chapter 6 started, there wasn't anything that got me in this game, and now I'm just... It put me in a certain headspace, and I'll leave it at that. Great. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I think what they could have done probably is... we'll talk about it at the end. I don't want to break my headspace right now, so we'll talk about the narrative structure when we finish the game. We're definitely in the atonement section right now. Heading into the heart of the cave. Ooh, we're going into the dragon's cave, people. Into the dragon's cave. Which is interesting, because why is it a dragon that's usually used symbolically as the confrontation when you're in this state? Because at the end of the day, a dragon is just a serpent with wings. And serpents are very strong symbols of personal transformation, but also the unconscious instinct, the R complex of the human brain. And anytime you take an animal and put wings on it, you give it a divine nature. So it's spiritual transformation.
あいつもお前の妹もこの中だ。
Oh, you missed... You missed 20 minutes of feels.
準備はいいか。
Nothingness. And me ruminating on life. So I want to know what caused the fire, because that's going to solidify my opinion on these events. So the question here is whether she truly believes in that Hanya's mindset or the living mindset. Oh, Jesus. Come on, use your berserk mode, buddy. I guess the ultimate question here is what Amari thinks. I think that's what's everything's gonna hinge on.
界の門は開いた。あとは最後の仕上げだ。時よ、お前。
What happened?
なんだこれは。
I don't think she agrees with you.
彼女が起こしているのか。いや、それでも儀式は止められない。
Oh, damn. Yeah, we got spider lilies, a symbol for associated with death.
マリー。お兄ちゃん、
The red one specifically.
ありがとう。来てくれて。ごめん。俺、ずっと謝りたくて。知ってるよ。だから私死ねなかった。お兄ちゃんのせいじゃない。あの時私これを。
She went to get their wedding rings after the fire. Gotcha. Okay, so it was not intentional. That's all I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. Good. Because if it was the other way around, this would be incredibly darker.
お母さんたちが残してくれた思い出、どうしても置いていけなかった。マリー。お兄ちゃんは生きて。俺、最後に本当の気持ち話せてよかった。
I think they're associated with death because they are poisonous. Oh. Oh.
成功だ。やはり私は間違っていなかった。二つの世界は今つながったのだ。人々の魂は肉体から解き放たれ。
You're gonna be Izanami, buddy, once you see Izanagi's face.
私と私の家族再び一 つとなる。失うことも悲しむこともない。永遠の楽園で。
終わらせるぞアキト。
ああ、これが本当の最後だ。
Yeah, that's his wife and daughter clinging to him, trying to ride their way out. Holy Jesus! Oh my god, get away from me. Get away from me. That's not how this works, dude. Okay. Okay. I gotta get the masks first. Oh, hello there. So there is an absolute reason why there's a lot of mythologies that separate the earth from the heavens. Like Uranus and Gaia, you had to separate the earth and the sky. We had Nut and Geb in the Egyptian, which is essentially the same thing. You had to separate the earth from the sky. And the reasoning behind that is if you have the spirit and the physical in the same physical location, there can be no atmosphere. There has to be a separation for life to truly occur. Oh god, hi there. This is so hard to freaking aim. Got it. Get one of those masks out of here.
別れは何も生まない。死は誰にも理解できない。つながるしかない。
So is there some kind of Yomi entity that's kind of like latched onto him at this point?
暴れですらねえな。
Oh, hi! Holy shite! Okay, hi. That's a lot of you shitheads. Fuck you. There we go. I just need to get a few of these ads out of here. So it wouldn't surprise me if he did make that link and then some entities from that reality kind of said, haha, hitchhike, let's go. So he tore away one of either his daughter or his wife, I don't know which one. Now it's tear away the other, and then it's all on him from there. Maybe it's hard to hit because I'm literally halfway across the arena from him. There we go. Got a nice hit in. Don't spit at me. Oh god, that's bad. Ah, there's a lot of hands. I don't want those hands. Oh, ow. I don't think I'm gonna hit it. Yeah, he just keeps moving. Oh, we got it. Perfect. No. Only from your perspective, son. Not everybody has the same thoughts as you. Not everyone sees the world the way you do. Oh, hi, 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 hi. Triple hits on that. Okay. Okay, I just need to take out a few of these ads. Let's get some explosions in the house. Perfect. Got the big scissor bitch out of here. He can't see the world without his wife and daughter with him. The world is cold. Is that the real guy, or is what's talking right now? Because I get the feeling there's multiple voices speaking. That's him right there. Yeah, I love how the world goes blind and it becomes cold the second his family's no longer attached to him. Ooh, and of course we got a giant-ass sakura tree in the background there. Makes sense. Ow. Gotcha. Break it.
じゃあこの人たちは。
ああ、魂と肉体が切り離されていただけだからな。自分に戻るはずだ。
でもマリは。
And who are you?
父さん。
Oh, parents.
父
Gotcha.
さん。
Union of Souls, I gotcha. Yep, they're coming for her.
父さんの命日は12月10日。母さんは6月9日。忘れてない。一度だって忘れたことなんてない。もう平気なふりなんてしないよ。
Yeah.
でも
Apathy for the loss. Gotcha.
僕は生きていく。
This one seems to be a lot more heavy-handed with this exact same theme that Evil Within explored.
次に会うのは俺が最後の最後まで生き抜いた後だ。
家族の前でようやく素直になれたってわけか。
黙ってたと思ったらまだそんな。
最後に一つだけ頼みたいことがある。妻と息子に伝えてほしい。
You got it,
俺は
dude.
最後まで諦めずに生き抜いたと。
So you're not coming with
分
us?
かった必ず伝える。
悪いな、使いっ走り頼んじまって。自分で行ければいいんだが、ちょっと疲れちまったんでな。
Yeah, she's ready to go on to whatever constitutes heaven state, this folklore, this mythology. I honestly don't know what the parallel to heaven is in Japanese mythology.
KK
アキト、もう取りつかれんなよ。死神は俺みたいにいいやつじゃねえからな。
なんだよそれ、勝手に取り付いておいて。礼ぐらい言えよ。
I guess we're leaving him behind then. You gone? Yeah. So is Ed and Dale the only two who survived this entire situation?
ありがとう。おやすみ。
I hope we can at least use weaving abilities still. Yeah, I see Akito do the same thing, but I think we're gonna have to make sure he has the weaving abilities. Rest in peace, buddy. Rest in peace, Robert. And the credits roll. So I'm very glad for this last section here. Because it finally gave me what I've been asking for since the beginning of the game. Characterization. It is the biggest thing for me in a narrative is characterization. Who am I playing? I'm told to step into the role of a character, but I don't know who that character is. Literally until right now, we finally get characterization. And I very much appreciate it. I just wish it happened a long time ago, so that I can spend the entire game caring about a character, rather than just saying like, okay, yeah, he might as well be a Link or a Chrono or some other nameless silent protagonist with no personality. Which, obviously, like, Akito does have a personality. What I'm saying is he's no characterization until this very end point. Now, what I was saying before is all that exposition we just got, I wish they would have dripped bits and pieces throughout the narrative, rather than basically having it very front-heavy, very back-heavy, and then 90% in the middle where nothing was happening. Other than running around a sandbox. Oh, 100% Draco Fox. So one of the very first, in terms of writing, one of the very first things they tell you when you're starting up a story is get your audience to connect with your character. You have to give them something to make them connect with it. It may be only 5% of the character's history or past or emotions, doesn't matter. Something so that you can say, yeah, I want to follow this person. I want to get behind this character and I want to follow their story. Without that, you get into the first 10 minutes problem. If something doesn't hook you the first 10 minutes, you may just have people walk away. But I think, all in all, I think the strongest points of this game is 1, the history, 2, the mythology, and 3, the setting that they set up here. Because this gives you so many possibilities of just weird control, FBC, SCP levels of bullshit going on. It sets that universe up perfectly, especially if they have a canonical tie-in to the Evil Within plotline, going back to Mobius and STEM and all that stuff. Now, it probably was just Easter eggs. Now, the downside of the game, which is just a personal preference on my part, is these open world games are never something I generally go for. They're generally not something I go for with open world games, for the very same reason that Breath of the Wild wasn't a fan. Even though I'm a diehard Zelda fan, it's the same situation. You're given a task at the start, and then you're told, okay, for 10 hours, go do stuff that has nothing to do with the main drama of the plot. Which means that the vast majority of the game has nothing to do with the narrative and the emotions and anything to do with what the story is about. Like, granted, all the side quests were fun. Most of them were flavor text. They weren't narrative text. Now, let's say, for example, if we had a random yokai spirit that just so happened to have a narrative tie into one of our characters so we can get some backstory on them. That'd be freaking cool. And all the collectibles in the game, 95% of them might as well have not been in the game at all. Because they literally had nothing to do with anything going on. Now, if you want to do like what Control did, is even though you had some side content in the collectibles that had nothing to do with the game, or the main plot, I should say, they built up the weirdness of the universe, and multiple, like 4 or 5 documents, seemingly unrelated, would tie together and form a cohesive narrative, side narrative, that you can follow. And here, if I read something about a quantum entanglement, and then go see a UFO thing, and then this one person who wanted to go get ramen, nothing has to do with one another. Again, unnecessary stuff. Skill tree-wise, I know I'm seeming a little negative there, and I don't mean to be. I just want to get all my thoughts out as we're going through the credits here. But the world and the history and the mythology and the last 40 minutes of the game were freaking phenomenal. I mean, it just seems like this is a setting that's ripe for storytelling. Is just set it in traditional mythos and really play around and explore it. I mean, like God of War did that with the Greek pantheon. You had them moving into the Norse pantheon. You had, I'm sure there's a lot of other games I'm not thinking of that dealt with taking a mythological setting and making that what we're focusing on. Yeah, like when it exactly, Sergi. When it wanted to be, it can do things beautifully. But what it felt like is they took a 2 or 3 hour story concept and then just threw a bunch of stuff to make it a full-length game without actually developing the middle parts. Yeah, when it did it very well. It just didn't do it a lot. And that's as much as I can say to it. Now, I'm curious if the backstory or the prequel thing is going to give us a lot more plot. Yeah, the padding, exactly. You're putting it much more simply than I am. Probably much easier to digest. But yeah, it's the padding that really took me out of it. No worries, Devin. You log off and enjoy. I'm probably going to watch that prequel stuff right now before we finish it off on my end, though. Beautiful. And the music was incredible, too. I'm probably not going to watch the anime tonight, Sergi. What I'm going to do is there's a prequel comic that I think it takes like 10 minutes or something. And it's supposed to deal with KK and Rinko and Ed and all of them before the story began. So I want to check that out real quick. I think it's free and already downloaded onto my Steam. I'm not positive, though. The voice of the Nakamata, Takehiro Sasumura. There you go, Nakamata. I love it. I love it. I'll let you know. I'm probably not going to do it with on a stream, Draco Fox. It's going to be... I'll find out a time to do some kind of Let's Watches and to do like a community, like a Discord, movie nights and stuff like that. I just need to get to a point where I have a lot more free time for it. Yes, SCP, I have played both American McGee's Alice games. They are absolutely incredible. I played the first one probably when I was too young to do so, but that's my history with horror games. I start playing them way before I should, but they're very cool. Yeah, we have credits rolling right now, Draco Fox, so if you have some characterization, feel free to share it. Like, that's one of my favorite things in a narrative is the characterization. Because what I see a lot of the times in storytelling, and once you notice it, you can't unsee it, is they either have it it's one of three things. Very world-heavy, so setting-heavy. You want to create a universe that's interesting, that the person wants to jump in like a playground and explore it. B, you have your very good characterization where, like Psychonauts, you want to dive into their heads and figure out every little last thing about how their mind functions. Or 3, you want cool things to happen throughout the course of the story, which is most Michael Bay explosions, look at that, isn't that cool, isn't that a fun fight scene, kind of stuff. And I've noticed more and more of a trend where they have a very flat world, very flat characterization, or no characterization, but there's really cool stuff going on in it. And I can't get through stories like that because I need more substance than just cool explosions. But I'd rather follow a very interesting character in a boring world than having a really cool world with a boring character. Preferably, all three of those are in perfect balance. I mean, it's the reason why you can have stuff like the Stanley Parable and have it work. There's a reason for it. Okay, so the first character of your game is Draco Wolf. Don't ask, he's a pup compared to his big brothers who are part of a royal army, and they make Draco seem weaker. They make Draco seem weaker to them, but he always tries to push. I think the last sentence was a little twisted around the words. Himself to be like, and he always tries to push himself to be like his brothers. Okay. So we got a little bit of more so oleander in that. Except instead of being physically shorter, it's physically weaker. Is he actually physically weaker or just made to feel like he's weaker? Because no pun intended, but underdog stories are always something that's popular. Is there a way to speed through this? Yeah, let's just skip through the rest. Is there actually? Hold on, Draco. Is there an end credit scene? Before I skip this, is there an end credit scene? He's literally okay. So he's literally smaller. Is he? Is it a young? Is it him being younger kind of thing, or just physically he never grew out of that pup phase? Before I skip the rest of this. Hey, no worries, SCP. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. You enjoy the rest of your day, all right? Everyone always skips. Well, if everyone always skips, let's just sit here and hang out for a bit. So if that's the case, I don't know what you want to do with the brothers then. He never grew out of that size. Okay, so he's physically... Okay. So it sounds like it's an external representation of how he feels internally as well. Okay, over the course of his story, quick question. Is there a reason why he never grew out of that physically? Like a mystical reason, or biological, or he's just late, for example? Because if you're going to set up a narrative where he is physically smaller and that reflects how he feels about his own self-confidence, then if it gets to the point in the plot where he overcomes that, you may want to have him physically overcome that as well. So he may start to develop into a normal size, corresponding with his internal struggle, overcoming that personal dragon of his. Which means, like, if I was working on it, I would have it. There's some lore reason with why he never grew past that phase. And then, in dealing with that lore reason, it coincides with his internal struggle of getting over it. It was just a standard birth defect, so there is no reason for it, okay? So that's completely out. What's the weaponry like in this? Is it just swords and bows and typical fantasy stuff? Or is there like Final Fantasy VI mecha magic attack stuff? Because we need some kind of visual, or you're going to want some kind of visual cue of him overcoming that. Whether that be in a form of weaponry, in the form of other types of power. You're going to throw magic involved into it, or technology, or just something. It's a mix of technology and magic like Chrono Trigger, okay. Yeah, I'd say just think about that, Dracos. Find something that he will attain narratively at the same point that he overcomes that internal feeling of inadequacy. Especially if it's a fantasy story, because then you basically have the outside and the inside going through a transformation at the same time. And it doesn't have to be, he can stay the same size, it's just something, some kind of visual representation of it, I'd say. I'd say that's something just to think about. Where are we here? Yeah, it was fun. Like, other than the open world section, which is just a problem with open world games in general, I don't know how you really get around it. Other than making sure literally every side quest you get is in service to the main plot, or at least the world building in some way, shape, or form. I think Horizon Zero Dawn did the best job at this, in my opinion, but that's still a issue on my end. His weapon is a magical scythe made from a tree of life that he found inside the Temple of Ares when he had a nightmare of the tree dying and caused so much pain to his home. Okay. So as the Tree of Life can be a stand-in, essentially, for, like, the crystals in Final Fantasy. Okay, so you got your call to adventure, seeing the stranger going in. You follow the white rabbit into the rabbit hole. Okay, so I'm seeing the narrative structure there. Okay. Do we have something at the end? I hear something. Wait, is that people? People finally coming back? I'm not seeing anything. I'm literally stuck on a title screen. I think that's just supposed to be telling us that everyone did come back eventually. Ed succeeded in his task. Okay, your Tsuchigumo Kifude transformed into transmission beads. This item will be in inventory when you either start a new game or complete a loaded save file. You've acquired the following music tracks: Komoto, Prototype, Yasuya Toko, and Abyss. Okay, your outfits, emotes, camera filters, music tracks will carry over when starting a new game, excluding certain items. Do you wish to save? Yes. Just do a new save file. Okay. Okay, so we're back. We haven't done anything else yet. But this is where we have to go to the motorcycle, then it starts the next main plot line. Okay, so what is these beads? Transmission beads. Allows you to transmit souls on the spot without using a phone booth. That would be perfect if I didn't already have everything I can get at this point. So it's really not necessary. Okay. Okay, so there's still a bunch of stuff we can go do, but not right now. What I'm going to do is we're going to check out the comic right now, and I'm going to go off. I'm going to end the stream at that point a little bit early, and I'm going to check over the weekend to see what side quests I missed so we can go grab them all, and then refinish the game to see if there's anything we unlock as a result of getting all the spirits. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but first things first, let us go ahead. And how do we get to that comic? A second. Ghostwire Tokyo. Let me check the library. I may need to download it. Game store. Hello there. Ghostwire. Prequel. So the Ghostwire Prelude. Oh, I think I already got it. So we're going to close out of this game and start the other one. 2 seconds. Exit. Play game. Start. I agree. Oh, wait. It's got to download the file real quick. Give me a second. Play. Ready to launch in approximately 40, 30 seconds, 28 seconds, 23, 22. Come on, game. You can do this. I'm giving you some elevator music. Just saying. Everyone deserves some elevator music. Alright, here we go. Yes and no. The Tree of Life is one of the 12 Zodiac temples hidden each with a different, smaller version of the roots, and the said tree gives life around the temple if anything happens to the village. Okay. Okay. 12 zodiacs. Well, you're going to do 12, or are you going to do the 13th sign as well, Draco? Because there's technically, Ophiuchus is the 13th zodiac sign, depending on who you talk to. Represented by a serpent. Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. Anyways, a small percentage of people may experience seizures. Okay. Boom. No clue what this is, but let's check it out. So this is a prequel that follows Rinko and KK's group. There he is. There she is. Mysterious things are happening all around. Oh, okay. Is that Dale? It's like, this would actually be a really cool comic strip. Personally, I think this would be a great, like, this setting is already ready to go with a freaking good comic. Oh, I already found the villain of your game. Ha! I was gonna, like, honestly, Drake, I was gonna say either make that your final villain or make that the power that the protagonist gets. So he's the 13th amongst the 12. One of the two. I was gonna recommend one of those two, and you pulled it out. Yeah, because this would be a perfect anime. Like, literally use the prequel time period is a great setting for this. But let's check this out. From what I heard, it's only like 10-15 minutes. Rinko. Oh god, I don't know their voices because I've only heard their Japanese voice. This is gonna be terrible. I apologize. God damn it, Rinko. Erica. No one wants to talk about it, but it's all that's on anyone's minds these days. Mysterious things are happening all around Shibuya. Sightings, attacks, disappearances, fear. How was a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? But honestly, Ryota never really was like most kids. He's not usually glued to his phone all day. Kiragago vanishing, Monokonochi vanishing, the bathroom vanishing. Oh, so literally all he's doing is focusing on the weird shit. Ryota's concerns bringing him to a mysterious case file post online is titled The Kirigaoka Vanishing. He reads to himself the best he can. Having tracked another report of dark fog to the area, I arrived to find it had passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. At the scene, all we found were the clothes of a mother and a son, left behind like two molted cicada shells. It's hard to even imagine a parent and her child just gone, precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing what I had failed to protect them. It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring again. Or down. Heavier and heavier it fell with each passing minute, but I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime, a group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if the rain followed them wherever they went. I was furious. I brought hell down onto them at the very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my utter wrath kept me going. So he's basically reading the KK investigation notes, because I've read this one before in the game. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open my own umbrella. I just walked away, rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. KK. Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates his phone to a document called the Maranouchi Vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works and understands what it says. I got a tip on a missing woman from Maranouchi. God, that's a tongue twister. When you've been detective as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts. The story my contacts told me was that they saw the woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area, and then poof, she was gone. Times like these make me wish a certain somebody was around. Come to think of it, the fog and the disappearance set in the scene when I first met the rest of my crew. Everybody kept talking about folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was a load of horse shit. It wasn't until I met them, until my encounter leaved. I read that wrong. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have once called a hallucination. Turns out, being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. I guess I should be thankful, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through the monster taking the form of the woman. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around, but I knew so long I didn't let myself get surrounded. I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of her misery. Since I've already read these, I'm just going to skip through it. And same thing with the bathroom vanishing. We've already read this in the game, so I'm just going to skip. Do. Or rather, someone called KK has been looking into monsters in part of town, a believer just like Ryota. Social media would never lie, and that means KK is an expert, maybe the expert in all things paranormal. There's only one thing left to do. Having pored over every story post and grainy photo of the local monsters he could find, Ryota prepares to take action. I'm gonna ask this KK guy to help. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. Sagasu. Contacts, so he's trying to get a hold of him. He literally has a freaking website? Okay, dude. Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Oh my god, yep, he's a kid, alright. There's Rinko. Dear Mr. Investigator Person, hello, how are you? I am not good and I need your help. Monsters got my best friend Sosuke. Rinko sits up in her chair. She's zeroed in on one of the dozen monitors from across a makeshift command center stuffed in this cramped Tokyo apartment. It happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Data files across the screen, seemingly too much. Charts, graphs, maps, and mathematical equations. Even social media feeds and open cases. Somehow, though all of these screens and all that clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eye. Sounds desperate, but it could be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytical approach. On the other hand, that manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. She knows what she thinks, but she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you think of it, Ed? Finally, I can put a freaking face to this guy's voice. Jesus. Alright. Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say, but holds it back. Technology is easy. People are hard. Yeah, I kind of get the figuring that he's kind of like the Auto Mentalis of this game. Instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk. He presses play as the audio begins to roll. Ed turns and walks away. I've heard intriguing stories about so-called manhole girls in Japan. Vengeful ghosts of bullied students said to trick other children into following them into the sewer. From where, they never return. If any information turns up about such anomalies, I can't talk. I'd be keen to investigate. Though I speak purely out of personal interest, it might not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Okay, safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend, that you want to look into it. So, like, Ed would literally rather not talk to anybody. He'd, like, record his thoughts beforehand and let the recording speak to them while he's in the room. It reminds me of that guy from Neo, The World Ends With You, who only talks to people through text message. Like, he'll never say a word, even if he's face-to-face with you. You can talk to him normally, but he'll respond via text. Reminds me of this guy. Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He rarely does. Probably best we have no idea how you spend your free time, huh, Ed? Eric has been sitting next to Rinko this entire time, listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. That time is... Want me to check it out? I don't think so, Eric. It could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously, you still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? At just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erica on something dangerous. But Rinko knows that Erica has shown maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica an almost sisterly look of skepticism. You know it's not that. Rinko quickly turns her back to the monitors and away from Erica. But for all her maturity, Erica can't quite keep from pouting. Stop making that face. Besides, we got our very own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. And we know everyone with the exception of possibly Ed is dead by now. Great. The stall is brimming as a wide array of customers eat in relative silence. The only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles, and I want frickin' ramen now. Now I want ramen. The silence breaks when a phone begins to vibrate upon the countertop. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. The phone wins. The peace and solitude have shattered. This is no way to enjoy noodles. I don't know why, but the meter of the text here just reminds me of Time Knife. Don't ask me why. God damn it. The silent dinner finally glances at the screen. He begins to mutter to himself. In the case, these people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch. So it looks like this little prequel is just following the plot of the manhole vanishing. Let me guess, I'll be risking life and limb. that why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick it up? Ha! You know the exact day I stopped being scared of anything. The day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us, so we can have your back. Sure, that works. Besides, I'm not full enough to pretend this team isn't half okay. If you need a backup, you'll know where I'll be. No question to ask. I actually already volunteered, but right now there's nothing dangerous to be worried about. It's a simple check-in report, some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomena we've been looking into. It's always the simple cases that go south the fastest. You know, you're right. Maybe Erica should run point on this one. Sure, she's a kid, but you're so busy. Whoa, hold up. Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll get on it. First, though, I need to talk to one of you about something. Hey, Rico. Let me guess. Pissed I interrupted your precious solitary soba time, guy? Irked, not pissed. Was almost done. God forbid your report. An eventual spirit abducting children interrupts the same bowl of noodles you've had 1,000 times. Not much left in this world I love. When I think about something else, I'll tell you. Gotta love frickin' KK's weird-ass hairdo right now. Sorry. Looks nothing like it does in-game. We won't have a chance to add that to the list if we don't figure this out. We both know how powerful the forces we're dealing with really are. We have to keep pulling these threads until we've unraveled the whole damn thing. No threads, it's too small. Guess I can't argue with that. I know I can rely on you. It might be the only thing I know for certain. Now go prove how smart I am, dumbass. It's the job I was born to do. Ryota doesn't notice people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He is young, but he is very much alone. His focus is centered on a small bit of paper in his hands. After a couple folds, the paper finds a familiar configuration. Ah! Yep. His palm, arms, and body takes the shape a palm-sized person stands in his hands. As Ryota inspects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows. What you got there? Ryota looks up. He's nervous but clutches the paper doll in his hand to stay brave. He's not running or hiding despite the gruff stranger staring at him. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you and your little friend. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry the odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. You get the benefits of a partner without annoying small talk. Ryota's shoulder ease. He let his guard down as he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself with a playful tone. He's rusty, but somehow still feels comfortable talking to this scared kid. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You a sorcerer by any chance? Now's the time to tell me. You really are him, huh? Gotta have be more specific, kid. You're KK, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. You say you solve strange mysteries, right? KK, maybe. The detective looks closely at Ryota's phone. He sees a social media post featuring photos of various case files he has worked on collected in one place. Look, I only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyway, that's me, KK. But I'm not a ghost hunter, I'm a detective. KK's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping to the playfulness. You want an investigator, kid? Well, you got one. I'm so glad you're looking into the disappearances at the manholes. Here's the thing, I already did. Made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. Still got a few friends on the force so I can dig up dirt quick. KK shoots Ryota a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, are you, kid? It's true, honest. My buddy Sosuke disappeared. He hasn't come home since yesterday. Last place I saw him was right back here. Ryota motions to the alleyway behind him. He went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He's completely gone. If Ryota is bluffing, he's an incredible liar. A sadness comes over him as he looks back towards the alley. KK looks back and forth from the kid to the alley behind him. All alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. See any fog when that happened? The moment he disappeared? Now that you mention it, there has been something spooky around, like a kind of fog or darkness, but it came and went. Alright. KK mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alley behind Ryota. Nothing looks immediately out of place. With so much going on in the city, some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. All the kid's bluff. Press for more info. Oh, Jesus, here we go. I need more to go on, kid. Why are you convinced he was taken? It didn't happen to anyone else around here. But it did happen to my best friend. Sosuke's been missing for 2 full days. Everyone's been looking, but no one can find him. What about his parents? Have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Sosuke. I know he needs me. And no one else is even looking for him anymore, just me. He's lucky to have you. It's like when you saw crows circling above the building in one case you investigated. You know, there is more to it than anything else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Sosuke's disappearance. I just need your help. Really did your homework, kid. I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. You reminded me of my friend Erica. She lost someone too. She'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes another glance at the alley. Alright, show me exactly where Sosuke, pal of yours, disappeared. Ryota perks up. So you're gonna look into it? I'm here, ain't I? Let me check in with the team, see if they figured anything out. Could save us some time. KK reaches for his phone. What's up? We're all here. I just need a quick word with one of you following up on a kid that has told me. Find anything else? I know you've been searching all over your fancy computer. Some worrying details have started to emerge, the type of details that means he is for sure involved. Social media is starting to fill up with posts about appearances of mysterious dark fog. It's been popping up in neighborhoods with smaller data sets to the ones Ryota called from. School absences are also on the rise. I can't confirm if these represent actual disappearances or just spook kid trading scary stories, but it's clear fog and paranoia are taking hold. Yeah, I figured as much. Oh really? Well, you carry fear and paranoia detector. Did Ed develop that when I wasn't paying attention? Wow, funny. Years in the Force are what gave me my fear detector. You can't beat experience. But I do appreciate your input, even if I already knew it all. Ryota, it's time to find Sosuke. Nothing looks out of the place, but things are rarely what they seem. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hand out. He's not holding on to anything, but you would think that he is when the way he's moving his fingertips. The way he's moving, like he's got some invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As he opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hand down onto the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. Yep, there we go. Strange trail flows into view as though a spirit has passed through this place. Psychic energy. The trail leads further and deeper into the alley and out of view. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryota follows KK's eye line down the alley but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid, it's good you can't see it. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it. Take a risk like that and change your life forever. The world's a scary place. It keeps getting worse. We're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. KK and Rico are in big trouble this time, running like rats desperate to stay alive with only a dingy old sofa between them and monsters. Better find another exit. Rico turns to KK and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. Her body's reacting to the ether. Oh. Okay, so it has a medical or a health effect on him. KK looks as if the room in his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split even further apart. Another hallucination. The world is breaking in two. That'd be crystallized ether, another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stages of affinity. From thin air, like phantoms, these horrific visitors appeared, surrounding KK and Rinka. So did this eventually make him sick? Weird. Are you okay? Sorry, Gabriel, mine can be a little hard to control. I just stood there for a little while. Sometimes my memories take me places. Okay. So that wasn't a flashback, that literally was just happening then. Well, I guess it's semantical. It's kind of a flashback, but it's not from the narrative's perspective. I hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight, I won't be long. A report on Rinko's computer setup flashes on screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold of something big. Results are clear, spiritual residue, and it's exactly at KK's location. I need some tea. What is it now? We just received an alert. There's a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing until we're able to send support. Can't wait forever, you guys. We might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. Remember, fog reports are increasing. There's fear in the streets. Time to act. Of course I know those things. I'm the one who you. I also know how dangerous it is. It's getting out there. This time could be even worse than the last. What if he shows up? Wish he would. Excited to see that mask snap in two when I put my fist through it. It's not fair to ask us when you think you need us, then use your own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. You're in this together. KK decided to address one team member specifically to make his case. Yes, let's talk to Ed. The hunger I have to solve this case is as good as any science experiment you could conduct to get to the bottom of it. Ed, how many times have my instincts been proven right by your high-tech gadgetry? That's not something I keep a tally of. The purpose of my work isn't to prove you right. But it happens all the time. I'm out in the streets, pressing into darkness, trusting my instincts. I can't be waiting for you all to download the software update. Feels like you're trivializing my work quite a bit. Of course, I'm extremely thankful when I can assist you, but my primary goal as a scientist and paranormal investigator is much greater than any individual day-to-day goals. And that's exactly my point. We need to focus on what we do best, and what I do best is not wait around. We can all agree that you're no good at that. I must say, I quite admire your grit, and I do not envy the stress that the city like Tokyo must place on a detective who just wants to do his job. However, I would remind you, in the nature of a lone wolf typically isn't alone for long. They're alone only until they find a new pack, or become prey themselves. That may be factually correct, but sure as hell takes the coolness out of it. Can't disagree with you on that. Just try and act cool in the most responsible way possible. Our pack is stronger with you in it. I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of investigating. He never was any good at following people's directions. That attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions. Think I don't realize that? Erica smiled, thinking of KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. KK's eyes dart between the two horrific figures and some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby as he tries to speak. KK wheezes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of these ether crystals? Your guess is as good as mine. It might give you the power to fight back. It might make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did he grant him strength? Rinko nods silently. After getting his answer, KK, without hesitation, stretches his hand out towards the crystals. Wait, stop. Stopping not an option, not for either of us. You don't know what happened. It could kill you. Those things won't. We're dead if we don't try something. We're out of options yet. We're not out of options yet. You've thrown away everything and fight these monsters same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko could say anything, KK reached all the way out. Okay, so he did get sucked down into the manhole. KK follows the trail of psychic energy deeper into the darkness of Shibuya alleyway, away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. This spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit's in the center of this mystery. Did they take you this way, Sosuke? KK looked around, finding nothing. Focuses his attention on the haunted manhole. Spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought. It might be revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark and dreary place. The spirit of a man in his 30s. A Jibakure. According to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Okay, Spectre, what's keeping you tied down there? Spectre seems unable to answer. Instead, he mutters as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either or. Maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going anywhere until we get some answers. I need to know, what are you doing here, specifically at this manhole cover? Why haunt this place? I thought it was a kid. Just a kid playing around, just having fun, alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. So, just being neighborly, huh? Yes, no, not making friends, protecting, but he wasn't. It wasn't a kid, though, was it? There was something else, something lurking in the shadows. Did I die? I think I died, but this isn't what I expected. What was it? Monster. Spectre points downwards. Underneath, huh? He stares at the manhole as though he just looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the Spectre nod to know he's right. It went that way. Before he can pull up the manhole cover, if you see for himself, a long shadow creeps in from the edge of the alleyway. Kid, get out of here! Did you find anything? Snooping around is detective business. You don't belong back here. I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? I can only hear you, so it doesn't bother. Only you can hear me? Well, sure, nobody else is even here. This is turning into a damn clown show, kid. I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe. But how do you know it'll be safe up here? My team is one call away. They'll get here quick if you're in danger. Aren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation, too busy to talk to anyone? Funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it client services. Who do you call them, mister? Are they nice to you or nicer? Client services sounds more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. We play the hand we're dealt. Juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need support. Rinko sighs, a long, tired sigh of frustration. Person who knows that in the end, of course, they'll help. She always helps him, just like he always helps her. But I have the perfect candidate in mind. Yeah, let's give her some field duty. Erica, she's the only kid I actually know and like anymore. Hey, Kiki, need my help? I can be there ASAP. Yeah, let's give her a little light babysitting duty. Sounds good. I do need your help, but I can't wait. My new friend Ryota is the one who called us for help. Is he a little afraid of you? What? No, why would you think that? I mean, yeah, maybe a little. But no, that's not it. Although it's better if he did fear me, then I can do my work. Oh, really aren't that scary. I think I get it. Just let me talk to him. Kiki hands his phone to Ryota and motions for him to accept. Yes? Is this Mr. Ryota? Yes, I'm so excited to get to speak to you. I've heard that you are quite the investigator. I need help from someone like you. What could I do to help? Well, our friend who is there with you, he actually has 2 missions. Since he's looking for your friend, maybe you could swap and look for my friend. If we share the responsibility, I'm sure we can achieve success together as a team. I suppose I could try to help you since he is helping me. Okay, but first, can you keep a secret? It's very important. Yeah, I'm the best at secrets. My friend is a cat. I put a tracker on her collar that says she's nearby you in the alleyway by your house. I miss her dearly. I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but some of my best friends are animals. Your secret is safe. What does she look like? She's black with 1 white spot and a few whiskers. Her name is Monet. Like the painter. She really likes to hide. Can you look closely in between and behind all the vending machines and trash cans? Just to be safe, text me a picture of every dark corner you can find. She's very good at camouflage and easy to miss. It's an easy way to get him to get out of the place without actually having to come out here. Guess that's one way to do it. Lucky for you, your new buddy's an animal lover just like me. I'll give him a rescue mission to find a missing cat and send him a photo. What if he succeeds? Tons of strays here. He might actually bump into one. I could always use more cat pics texted to me, and maybe he'll give it a home that it needs win-win. Now I need to get down there and find your pal, Sosuke. Dirty water splashes under Keike's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya's sewers. The further he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any change in light. No, this darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all. It's tangible. Dense fog makes a spiritual energy fills the air. Toxic paranormal waistcoats the ground, plugs and drains. But the air itself is rejecting him. This corruption flows between the world and reaches around him, blocking Keike's way. Okay, so we got some Yomi trees. How long has it been building right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? As Keike goes deeper, the Kagare only increases. There's definitely something here if there's this much corruption swirling around. Nothing I can't handle, though. Alone in the darkness, Keike summons his power, and we find our weak spot, and we use our summoning and jutsu signs, and we're done. I don't know if I can actually do this very well. There we go. That's kind of awkward. Cleanses the corruption, returning the sewer to its normal state. That's better, minus the stink. With the Kagare cleared, as if they're waiting for the moment. Safety, okay, we got... Oh, it's a little raincoat bastard. Sosuke, is that you? The small boy avoids Keike's look, turning his back and picking up something on the wet ground. Oh, that's not good. Hey, you kid, can you hear me? Are you hiding from something? Take a bath, take a bath. Come on, kid, this isn't the time for that place. For that, answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but You gotta work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sound of KK's phone suddenly rings out, the tinny chime echoing back and forth. The small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. Must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I found Sosuke, but I'm worried he won't. Down so far, the signal of KK's phone is barely holding on. He can only make a few sounds and struggles to make out the words. Hello? Ringo, is that you? Ed? Erica? Who is this? Maybe it's me. Raincoat can hear me? Are you with Ryota? Can you ask him? Was Sosuke wearing a yellow raincoat? The scratch connection makes it almost impossible to understand. Sosuke. What about Sosuke? Not. Can't understand. Sosuke is not what? Not Sosuke. Call cuts out and the phone going dead in KK's hands. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds. He stands up. Turns to KK with his dead, evil eyes. You're the monster. Yeah, these things are assholes. KK raises his hand and calls forth an energy and discovers that day long ago. The day he found his back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ether crystal. Ever heard of a ethereal weaving monster? Wow, this dialogue is just fucking cringe. Energy surges into KK's hand, green light winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips. Increasingly bright glows illuminating the tunnel. And at that moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to its mouth and summon everything. Oh, there's Hanya. At a stranger's fingertips lies KK, now a prisoner. I need my subject to remain calm, or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, KK flashes a stranger a fierce glare. Well, hello, my new friend. Keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be. The stranger takes something out and holds it to his hands. An amulet, though clearly not simply for decoration. It surges with power. He looks from the amulet and back to KK and smiles. As the monstrous little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. He's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space for two much larger, more horrifying visitors to show up. Might as well shock these boys. The umbrella visitors are frozen in place. One stunned talisman is left. Oh, crap. I didn't realize we had quantities. One umbrella visitor is injured. Oh god, this is like a freaking turn-by-turn thing. What the hell is happening? Yeah, I was gonna say there is gameplay. One visitor is injured. Attacks, let's do a shield. This is like a text-based adventure, Jesus. Okay, let's just save all of our electrical stuff. Pop a shield. Collected, and then do another wind weaving attack. Boom. Done. Dead. But then he sees it affixed to one wall of the tunnel. Wooden tag, something called the Gifuda. This must be what summoned those things. KK reaches out and takes the Gifuda down, but his fingertips approach it. Woo! Everything goes white. Game over. KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. Where he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke that rises from his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hanya mask. So is he flash-forwarding to the future? Because I have a feeling that encounters how KK gets removed from his body at the beginning of the game and ends up with Akito. KK comes and he realizes that he is in the tunnel once again. No, still. He looks at his chest, totally fine, no gaping hole, not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream, maybe a vision. He grips the Kifude in his hand. He won't let it get away with this. And it breaks. Who's there? Surprised he spins to face a new entity, but before he can raise his other hand, shit happens. Might be flashbacks. I think it's generally because of his affinity that's causing him to bounce around in his head. Keiki emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. You run into the wall of Kagari, and your instinct is to walk deeper into it when you know you're on your way to help. I need some water. Ugh. Oh, God. Sorry, my throat's a little raw. No, you listen. I'm not yelling at your stupid ass for making me worry about you. Baka. All our instruments at HQ started going wild. We broke basically every traffic along Tokyo twice to get here as quickly as possible. And then we find an open sewer entrance, little Ryota peering down into this dirty tunnel, clearly considering climbing down there despite our best efforts to cover for you and keep him busy. Sure, except... So we take a look for ourselves. It's corruption in all directions, the whole place absolutely soaking in spirit residue. It's like they're massing an army beneath our feet and you go sniffing around alone. It's not... Maybe let her finish? First of all, you arrived stinking but unscathed, having been gone just long enough to have me convinced that you were really hurt down there. That I would never see you alive again. The problem with disappearing into a dangerous sewer all alone is that the longer you're gone after Rinko has asked you to be cautious, the more she has time to consider things she'll shout at you when you return. There. Things we've been through together, when you're in danger, it's as if I can feel it deep down, but there's nothing I can do. What if you had died? The thought of being haunted by you, of all people? I almost climbed down there to kill you myself. Sorry, should have waited. Don't you dare be nice to me right now. I need to calm down. I value your friendship and your support. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, Kiki turns his attention to the original source of the drama, his young client Ryota. You were never going to tell me, were you? Sosuke isn't your best friend. He's your dog. Yeah, he's my dog and my best friend. Kiki steps back nervously as Sosuke tries to jump into his lap, tail wagging. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be a pet, jeez. Who would have thought that such a tough as nails former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it, all right. Don't be scared. Sosuke loves everybody. Maybe he should draw that line in loving monsters and following them in sewers. I remember reading this investigation, too, in the game. This is just a more expanded version of it. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. Kiki relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but he still keeps some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. KK. Mr. KK? What an adorable alias. What exactly do you start going by this new short nickname KK? I suppose there's a fun ring to it, not quite your formal name, as your full name is. Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator of this one, you've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or filling out these damn forms. It's obvious they prefer to fighting to paperwork. KK scribbles out a few lines, only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Oh, a surprise for helping you find a ghost? Almost. It's the bill. Pay us. Ryota's face sinks as he's left holding the check. Like, if you did today's work is pro bono, that means free. Considering this is your receipt, I'm feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his hand. It says, Case of Cursed Manhole, Extermination Complete, KK. Leaning in his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, I get it. You didn't choose the nickname KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. That's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Call me when you like. Not like I've got any use for a real name these days, and definitely not one of my old names. Doesn't matter what anyone calls me so long as I find that bastard. Kiki's gaze looks fierce as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflecting his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received Kiki's autograph. His expression softens. That said, I guess KK's not too bad. Boom. Done, and skip. So yeah, they can turn stuff like that into full comics. Just change the dialogue, because some of that dialogue was a little weird, but this is what I mean. Like, they have a lot of opportunities to really expand upon this pre-game stuff. Alright, guys. I am going to pass the hell out, because we have a Chrono Trigger stream first thing in the morning, 8 o'clock, so in 11 hours we'll be getting into that more into that game. There's probably going to be possibly 2 more streams of that before we wrap up and get started on Chrono Cross. Okay, guys. Thanks for all hanging out. Oh, yeah, I saw the thing. The reason why Serpent Oshiku is trying to get rid of the other 12 is because he doesn't want to be forgotten, because the spirit being forgotten is worse than death, as he tries to poison Gotcha. Yeah, so that's true. That's the one of the big plots of American Gods by Neil Gaiman is the idea of them being forgotten. Copy that. Understood. All right. Take it easy, both of you. Enjoy the rest of your day, all right?